So on the 4th anniversary of a cop actually doing something for once that made the streets safer by taking Ashley Babbitt off of them, Congress convened to give their very lackluster certification to the demise of democracy. There was no insurrections, nobody cosplayed as a buffalo, hell, nobody even took the time to take a shit on Marjorie Traylor Queen's desk. Say what you will about Republicans, but they sure as shit, quite literally, know how to throw a memorable tantrum. But as Congress certified the results that President Musk personally purchased for his favorite assistant, the sauciest thing that happened was Senator Deb Fischer's little bitch husband Bruce refused to shake Kamala's hand after Kamala swore her in for her next Senate term. And all jokes aside, that right there is a perfect example, a perfect image of everything that is fucking wrong with the Democrats' commitment to decorum. Republicans, and not just the treasonous trailer-dwelling traitor tots that spent their entire welfare check to drive up to Washington, D.C. and commit the greatest act of insurrection since that terror group in the South in 1861 started a war with the United States government because they were too lazy to pick their own cotton and too fucking cheap to pay other people to do it. Republicans in Washington, including basically all of them in Congress, and at the time the current president of the United States, have spent the last 4 years justifying and defending treason. Not only defending it, some of them, like the former and future president, and a few members of Congress, like Lauren Boebert, they literally participated in the treason. And not only have not been held accountable, they have been protected by their party at every turn. They voted against even investigating the treason. This is the party that loves investigating random irrelevant shit like Hillary's spam folder and Hunter Biden's porn preferences so they don't have to do their actual fucking job. And on top of that, they have peddled from their seats of power in Washington just wanton lies and misinformation about the election and the insurrection. And all the while, they've gone out of their way to make Congress the least functional, objectively, that it has ever been in our nation's history. They were tanking their own bills and firing their own Speaker of the House. And they have been granting comfort and safe harbor to fucking Nazis and Klansmen. And not only that, they've actively gone out of their way to not only ignore but sabotage any semblance of precedent, procedure, or protocol. And how do Democrats respond? They politely hand them the keys to the castle with a handshake those subhuman, disrespectful fucks don't even have the decency to give them. Remember the old saying, respect is earned, not given? Yeah, apparently the Democrats never got that fucking memo. To be fair, it was probably because the secretary in the memo department who was supposed to deliver it wasn't getting paid that week due to whatever shutdown we were in for whatever GOP temper tantrum they were throwing that particular week. But still, what the actual fuck? How are you this disrespected for this long by people who are this fucking evil and you're still out here trying to shake their fucking hand? Especially now, you had absolutely legitimate grounds to protest the certification underneath the 14th Amendment. Now, with Republicans holding the majority in Congress and the courts, would it still have been certified? Yeah. But that's even more of a reason. There's no consequences to your actions. Make a fucking scene. You're the fucking opposition party. Oppose some goddamn shit. Not one person in Congress objected. Not one person in Congress made a fucking speech about how ridiculous this whole situation is. We want you to throw a goddamn fit, okay? We want to see some Jerry Springer shit. Throw a fucking chair. Tell Josh Hawley you need to see his birth certificate because he doesn't look old enough to buy cough syrup. Like right here, Kamala, you should have patted Mike Johnson on the fucking head. I want to see Jasmine Crockett take out her earrings and AOC holding her back telling her Bobo ain't worth it. I want to see somebody flip off Chuck Grassley. Maybe he'd get so offended he'd have a heart attack. We needed you. We need you now to do something, anything that's going to give us the impression that you are not just going to roll over and show Republicans your bellies until they're completely done dismantling democracy. But nah, none of y'all can seem to manage that. All you feckless fucks seem to be able to do is offer them a handshake and congratulate them as they put their boot on all of our necks. The fight for the next midterms and the next general starts now. The campaigning should start now. Getting people riled up and rallied behind the cause, it's gotta start right fucking now. And clearly the politeness and pleasantries and precedent and procedures isn't fucking working, so for the love of God, do something. Anything else. Please, before it gets to the point where there's nothing else we can do.